Hello everyone, I hope I am audible and visible. Just give me a second so that I can have some quick tech check. Yes, I'm properly audible and visible. Hello Vandana, good evening. Okay, so here we are in our fortnightly current affairs catch up. Today we are going to have some we are almost last in 45 days of battle for CLAT and other law entrance. So today we are going to have a proper session for the strategy for the syllabus. What are the newses that you are supposed to cover? I guess from last almost 4 5 months we have covered like several different sessions with several different topics. Today we are going to summarize, right, how and what we are supposed to do. Yes, undoubtedly. I had a proper discussion with the kids about what should be the strategy for next 45, 50 days. And undoubtedly, we had decided certain targets as well, that what we are supposed to do by the 20th of November, and then how we are supposed to lead next 20, 30 days after that particular time. Right. So today we are going to discuss lots of different things, how to deal with the topics, how to deal with different things. First, we are going to have syllabus. Right. So I hope without any delay, let's start with what we are having. The first question that all of you ask, from where? If we are talking about CLAT, elite, and we are talking about current affairs. Right. Hello, Suman. Hello, Arunima. Right. The first question is from where? Now, this is not the very first time we are discussing it, but again, I just want to make sure that what we are actually mistaking. Like lots of people are not scoring very well in the mocks, right? Even though they are studying, but what is the major mistake that you guys conduct? Today we are going to discuss it. Right. So from where you have to understand that we are having two modes of studies. One is of offline, right? One is of online, right? Now, offline is something which you are already having. That is a newspaper. Yes, a good newspaper like the Hindu or any other particular good newspaper is the best source for your current affairs. Now, one thing that we are not supposed to repeat, one thing that we are not supposed to do is online thing. Again, online study, online content, online current affairs reading, all the things are welcome. But one thing that is not welcome is online pollution, getting involved into online pollution. Now, you can see like n number of websites, right, which are having current affairs, which are having current affairs data, current affairs news, current affairs quizzes. Are we supposed to deal with all of them? Are we supposed to go through all of them? Are we supposed to go through all those websites? Are we supposed to go through all the newses from those websites? Are they important for us for CLAT and other law entrance? The answer is a big no. Yes, I had words with some of the students. They were like, we are actually referring 5, 6 different websites, and still we are not able to score. How you are going to score if you are referring 5, 6, 7 websites and you are reading current affairs from them? Right, I'll give you a simple example. For example, the Britain, United Kingdom get a new PM. Right, it was in news from last like 1 week. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever you know was crazy about it. Okay, so United Kingdom or any other country got the new prime minister. Now the question is, which of the following becomes the new prime minister of United Kingdom? Or the news is United Kingdom get new prime minister. Now, if I'll go through 10 different websites, all the 10 will actually answer same for the same question. They will write exactly same content for the same topic, right? So why the hell we need to go through all the websites? Isn't it one of the form of online pollution? I mean, the data is same, the news is same, the person is same, but still, are we supposed to go through all the different websites to read this one news? The answer is a big no. If you are reading newspaper properly, if you are making notes properly on the basis of objective points, which can be good objective questions, right? Then you don't need to go through lots of online stuff. You just need to go through one simple website, right? That is that you find it friendly. Yeah, just choose one website and go through that. Read the newspaper, sorry, the current affairs and the news from that only one website. Don't waste your time by going through several different websites. That is the online pollution, which actually killing your time and you're not getting anything productive or anything new, right? So newspaper, the best source, right? One website at the end of the day, just to make sure you are revising your daily current affairs on certain basis. One website is more than enough. In our IMS GSL, we actually provide daily current affairs quiz and all other thing. Even if you are referring that now, that is more than enough with a newspaper. Right. Don't forget to read and make notes from the newspaper, because if you are doing it, your current affairs will definitely be good. The thing is, if you want to get interested, if you want to generate your interest in current affairs, newspaper are the best source. Newspaper not only gives you objective point for good question, not only give you knowledge about that particular topic, but they also give you lots of different opinion for that. Right. So if you're reading some political news or some political aspect, right, you will go through the news and you will understand that, yeah, this is somehow a different political strategy, different political ideology. But these are the facts that I should remember, because these are the facts which will be the good question. So go through newspaper on the daily basis, and if you want to refer online source, just one website, whatever you like. I'm not telling you to go through this website. I'm telling you whatever website you like, whatever website you find it friendly, like good content, the content which are like accessible easily, the content which you can find interesting, just one website, right? Don't go for any number of website, that will actually kill your time. Okay, and do not forget to make notes and to revise it on the weekly and monthly basis. That is what you have to do, right? Again, just make sure newspaper on the daily basis, notes, and just one website. That's it. That is more than enough to prepare for preparation of your current affairs. Okay, I hope you get it, and please don't waste your time in different websites. Moving on. Now, the question is how. The question is how to make notes, right? Okay, so the question is very simple. How to make notes? We have discussed it like several times. First, you have to understand that our exam is still objective type. Yeah, right. So we will be going through objective questions, and so we need to have objective points. So if there is any issue, for example, there is any issue regarding the constitution or any a particular amendment, right, or any particular appointment, that is constitution. For example, we get our new CJI. So when we get a new appointment or new kind of thing like CJI की बात करेंगे अपन, तो CJI का appointment, right, it must have some sort of constitutional provision, and undoubtedly those provisions are being mentioned in different news. I have read those newses. Right, for example, Justice D.Y. Chandrachud is supposed to take the place of Justice U.U. Lalit by the 8th of 9th of 8th or 9th of November, because on 8th of November Justice U.U. Lalit is going to retire. Okay, so D.Y. Chandrachud will become new CJI. Now, Article 124 is there, which President practices to appoint the new CJI. Right. Apart from this, there are certain provisions regarding judiciary. There are certain facts regarding the new CJI. For example, he is going to be the 50th CJI of India. So these are the simple objective points, objective questions that are going to be in your exam directly. So when you are making notes, right, just focus on objective points. Again, be an examiner, try to prepare questions from the news. For that, you have to go for objective points. So if you are good at finding good objective points, you will be good with the notes making, and if you are revising it well, then you will definitely be better in current affairs every day, and you will definitely start scoring better in your mocks and ultimately in the CLAT and other law entrance test. Okay, so that is the ultimate point. Now, we will go through syllabus and we will understand what are the different kind of question, what are the different kind of points, right, that you are supposed to write in your notes, which further will be good objective question which will come in your exams. Right? I hope up to here you guys don't have any doubt. Hello, Pooja. I hope, like, if you are having any doubt, I am in the chat box. I am reading chat box, so you can directly ask me there. Okay, so Pooja says no doubts. Very good. Any other person having any sort of doubt? Very good. Okay, so let's move to the syllabus directly. Okay, we are going to discuss what is the syllabus and what are the different type of topics that can be asked. That's the syllabus. Okay, now understand this syllabus is of current affairs that will include all the exams, right? Which actually includes current affairs in their question paper. That can be of NLU Delhi, how to make important point in the newspaper. Vandana, that is very simple, bache. Once you start thinking like examiner, you will start finding the objective points that can be a good objective question. It's not the very first time I'm repeating this particular sentence, but I'm telling you, right? A simple news, a simple article, for example, this particular CGI appointment is having this amount of lines with two different columns, right? You will find several different points which are objective facts. If I'm like making it correct, you will find objective facts. For example, constitutional provision. For example, कौन से number के CJ हैं. For example, who was the CJ who appointed him, like Justice UA Lalit, right? How long he is going to have a career? If there is any other point, for example, Justice DY Chandrachud is the son of former CJI, right? YB Chandrachud, who was actually the longest serving CJI of India. So these are the simple points, simple facts that can be a good question. So just make sure to find those points, right, and write it down in your notes on the weekly, on the daily, and on the, like, if you have written 5 news, 7 news on the one day, try to revise it at the evening or by the night before sleeping. At the end of the week, try to revise all the 7 days current affairs. At the end of the month, try to revise all the current affairs. So the revision will be something that will give you confidence, more and more confidence. Right? No, Pooja, you don't need to be stressed. You just need to work hard. So let's come to the syllabus directly. Okay. This is a current affairs syllabus. It's not strictly for the CLAT or NLU Delhi exam or any other. All the exams, I'm not telling this is the 100% accurate syllabus, but whatever I have seen from last 5-7 years question paper from different exams, these are the points, these are the topics which actually covers more than 90% of entire current affairs questions. Right. So if you are doing it well, then definitely you will have a proper question and answers. Okay. So I'll go with one by one to all of it. For example, the first one is appointment and office holders. Now understand, appointment and office holder are having just basic difference. For example, new CJI is being appointed. Okay. But there is a person who's already holding the office of Home Ministry. For example, Amit Shah is our Honorable Home Minister. He is having the office of Home Ministry. So office holders are those which are already being there. The appointment is something which is newly appointed. Right? If a person is appointed on some person's place, that is appointment. If someone is already in the office, that is office holder. So you will find lots of different important posts in our particular country and in the world. For example, who's our CAG, who's our Attorney General, who's our CJI, who's the chairperson of UPSC, who is our chief election commissioner, who's our different minister of different cabinet post. So there is a lot of things that you are supposed to get into your notes. So you will find a regular news on the basis of appointments. Now appointments and office holders are for CLAT purpose. If you are talking, like let's take an example that Defense Ministry has conducted a new expo, Defense Expo 2022 in the Gujarat. Right. So if we are talking about Defense Expo 2022, the question about who is holding the office of a defense minister is a very general question that can directly be asked. So if you are having a news related to that any ministry or any initiative, try to go after the ministry. If the news is about any organization, for example WHO took new initiative, or like a United Nation took a new initiative, try to go for the office holders of those organizations, right? That is something you will definitely enjoy. For example, if election commission appointed Pankaj Tripathi as the new brand ambassador, so you must know who is our chief election commissioner. You must know who appoint our chief election commissioner, what are the constitutional provision for election commission. So these are the questions which are related to that current affairs topic. In case of CLAT, we get two kind of question. One is direct current affairs, one is static knowledge related to current affairs. Okay, so you are supposed to go through both of them. And if you are reading news properly with a good newspaper, you will find all these points in those news. So I hope the first point, appointment and office holders, are clear, everyone. This is something that actually I discussed with the team, that are we supposed to go through this particular analysis before like 45 days of exam. They were like, I guess this will help all the kids, right? So that is why we are having it. So I guess the first point is clear. Very good, Pooja. Let's come to the second point, that is awards and prizes. Now, if you will see all the exams which are having current affairs, I guess either one or two questions is directly related to any big award or prize. For example, the Nobel is being declared, the Oscar is being declared at the very beginning of the year, the Booker Prize is being declared, the Pulitzer is declared, BAFTA is there, Global Goalkeeper Award is there, राइट लॉट्स ऑफ रमन मैगसेसे से लेके बहुत सारे डिफरेंट अवार्ड है जो इंटरनेशनली रिकॉग्नाइज है. देन वी आर हैविंग नेशनल अवार्ड्स like Padma Awards are there, the National Film Awards are there, Gyanpeeth is there, Sahitya Academy is there. So there are a lot of awards and prizes which becomes direct question to the current affairs. In case of CLAT, you will get a proper passage, right? And you will get questions from two different sections, current affairs and static related to current affairs. So if there is a passage, for example, Asha Parekh got the Dada Sahab Phalke Award. So that's a direct current affairs question. Now, which ministry gives Dada Sahab Phalke Award? That's a question related to it. Who is the minister of that ministry? Another question. Then, when was this award established? When was this award first given? Then who was the first female, who was the first person to receive this award? These are the questions which are related to this particular topic. So if you are making notes of any current affairs, any awards and prizes, try to go for current affairs, like who was awarded in this particular year. Then try to go for, right, the what, when was the first, which organization give this award, when was first established or first awarded, who was the first female to win this award. And if not, if like it's not must, then it's an international award, no? Like Nobel is there, Oscar is there. Then go for how many Indian and Indian origin people won that award, right? So that is something which is a direct or indirect question related to awards and prizes. Okay, I hope you get it. The second point. Okay, the percentage given in economic news, याद करना क्या है, but ये change होते रहते हैं ना. And awards and prizes, like yearly basis they are being changed, but the static is always static. It's not changing actually. Okay, so I hope you get it. Awards and prizes wala point. Just make sure don't go for random awards. Like XYZ Pan Masala sponsored this award, right? This LIC sponsored this Cine award or this particular movie award or TV award. We are not going to have it in our question paper, that's for sure. The nationally recognized national award or the award established by some ministry or authority is something that we should learn, right? Okay, let's come to the third point, that is national event. Now, this is one of the particular topic which actually like is there for very long period of time. What are the national event that we should cover? Now, some state government started like for example, Madhya Pradesh 2 3 years back started happiness ministry. That was a new initiative. You should write it. But are we supposed to go through all the state government and their initiative? The answer is no. When we are talking about national events, we are talking about national news. Central government's scheme, right? We are talking about the national campaign for the central government. If we are having Poshan Abhiyan, if we are having the Kisan Sammelan, Kisan Samman Sammelan, right? If we are having Defense Expo, if we are having big drone conference or drone summit, these are right, these are the points, these are the news that you should cover. For example, our prime minister actually inaugurated lots of different freight corridor and high speed trains. That is the news you should cover, not for like every single thing, like some bridge is being inaugurated by some random minister. No, that's not going to help in our current affairs. So national event majorly will be associated with the central government, right, and the news with the national importance. Yes, national importance. That is something you have to understand. Okay, so you will find lots of different newses, but make sure if it is of national importance. For example, Ministry of Railway started some new initiative, decided to have a new kind of train, right? Decided to have a new carrier train. That is something you should write, not all the thing, right? So national events which are actually of national importance, those are the national news you should cover. Which magazine should we choose to for revision, sir? Tejas, that is very simple. Again, I'm not going to tell you about any magazine, right? Because for me, that magazine can be very good for my understanding. But for you, that might be like not having good language or understandable language. So go to a bookstore, try to go through some of the magazine, whichever you find good, right? In terms of language and all other thing, right? You can buy it. All the current affairs magazine will have same stuff. It's the language that you actually go through. Now, I hope you get the third point as well. Let's move to the fourth point, that is international summit and conferences. Okay, international summit and conferences. Let's start with the Interpol that happened recently, right? Or you can call it the SCO State of Head Meeting 2022. Pooja, no, the magazine is not important if you are reading a newspaper and daily basis and making notes and revising it. What else the magazine will have, right? Just imagine that our new CGI is being appointed. The magazine will say the same stuff now, which are already being in the newspaper. Right, it's just one of the mode for people that actually go through for the revision purpose. That's okay. Let's come to international and national summits. International summits and conferences. The point is, these summits, right, are of very much into the international cooperation, or the summit which actually the group, right, the organization which is having lots of different importance. For example, Interpol's General Assembly actually was happened in India. It becomes a very important news because that happened in India, right? SCO summit happened at some place. When we are having an international conference or summit, just imagine, just try to go through the questions. Same pattern, current affairs plus static, right? The current affairs will include the location where it happened. It will include if there is any theme of the conference, right? Okay. And apart from this, if there is any new initiative, right? These are the current affairs. Static will include the basic information about that organization or that institution, right? For example, like SCO is there, so the question can be asked, where is the secretariat of SCO, when SCO was founded. India becomes the member of SCO in which of the following year, right? What are the official language or something. In current affairs, they will ask SCO summit location where it actually held. What was the theme of that particular summit? The new thing, like for example, Iran is almost ready. Iran is going to be the newest member of SCO. So that is another good question. Who is supposed to take like membership of SCO in coming year? That is direct question. You can go with that. So these are the current affairs and static. for any conference, whether it is United Nations General Assembly, whether it is Conference of Parties, SCO, NATO, Quad Summit, European Union, any kind of summit or conference, you can directly go through these two different kind of questions, right? In your notes, in your objective point, that's it, right? No, it's not a lot. Right, Pooja, if you are like last 8-10 sessions that we had in our YouTube discussion, if you'll go through that, you will understand not all the news are important for our exam, right? But some of them, if you will start filtering, you will find there is a very limited news that will be of our personal use in the exam, right? It's not about all the news. The newspaper was of like 20 pages, and out of those 20 pages, I'm pretty sure the 5 pages are full of advertisements. Yes, and the 5 pages are full of things that you should ignore. Right, rest other 10 pages you can find some like one news per page that is of your current affairs importance. So yes, that seems to be a lot, but there is a little that is of your interest. Okay. Hello, Yuvraj. So I hope you get the fourth point. Let's move to the next one, that is social, legal, administrative reform. This is the most important point for CLAT. For example, if we are having a bill, a new act, for example, we get a data protection bill, personal data protection bill, right? Or an act or a Supreme Court judgment which legalized abortion, right? Yes. Okay. So these are the important legal, social, or administrative reform, or we call it evolution, that can be debatable and that can be directly asked in your CLAT exam and other entrance exam. For example, if you are talking about legalization of abortion, right, we must understand what are the provision, what are the facts, what are the judgment, what judgment is saying, like what is the time limit a female can approach for abortion, what is what can be the circumstances, right? What are the other countries that went through these kind of legal reforms? That is the direct questions. And apart from this, we can ask about the law minister, and we can ask about the constitutional provision on the basis of which Supreme Court said it is legal, right? Which fundamental right, like right to life में है या दूसरी चीजों में है. These are the direct question, and they can directly be asked in CLAT and other exams. So social, right, legal, administrative. Now, when we are talking about administrative and legal, data protection bill is there. Is there, if there is any act or bill related to the IPC, CRPC amendment, right, and all these things, you can directly note down in your current affairs notes. Okay, so these are the administrative, legal, and social reforms. So Yuvraj is saying, is it necessary to learn about magazine of some landmark cases? Maxims of some landmark cases. Okay. If you are talking about in the legal perception, like legal aptitude and other thing, correct? Maxims are important. So write down smaller one. If you are not reading carefully, then you are not able to solve its MCQ. Each page is necessary. No, each page is necessary, I said, but not every news is necessary. Right? I just give you a simple example that out of 20 pages, 5 pages are full of advertisements. Ignore it. Right? Some of the news in the we will discuss it about the other points. Right? Wait for it. Right? Okay. Next point is about the new government policies and initiative. Now, if we are having a new initiative by government, for example, there is a scheme known as Udan by the government, central government, that is Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. This scheme is actually about uh, the like availability of air transport for common men, right? That government wants everyone to travel from the air so that the travel time will be less and more can be helpful for our aviation sector. So if the government is taking initiative of a new policy, new scheme, if the government has decided to build a proper freight corridor or the high speed road transport for the goods transfer or something, these are the particular initiative which are of national importance. Government policies, go for it, write it down, the stuff about policy, the ministry that is associated with it, the organization that is going to help. These are the simple points for the government policies and initiative, right? Yes, yes, yes. That is also enough. We actually research a lot, like we are talking about CS snippets though. Okay. Now, next point is national international campaign. That is not going to very important for CLAT, but other exams actually ask about it. So if there is a campaign for environmental concern, climate change, if there is a new particular initiative for this, for example, Earth Hour is there, Earth Day is there, or other things are there. So they directly ask about it. So just make sure to maintain national and international campaigns. For example, there is a campaign started for sanitation. So Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Swachh Bharat campaign was there. You should write it down. If we are having a campaign for vaccination against COVID, if we are having campaign for the availability of uh, nutritious food to the pregnant female, availability of food to those people who are not having enough money. If we are having a campaign to add the people who are not having bank account with the government policy. So these are the national campaign, international campaign, which becomes important point. You can directly write it down, the ministry, the authorities, and these are the questions. Okay, so this is national international campaign. Now talking about brands and brand ambassador. Actually, frankly speaking, I combine these two, but brands and brand ambassador are a bit different from the nouns. We'll discuss about it. Now, brand and brand ambassador. I told you about the Pankaj Tripathi becomes the brand ambassador for the awareness campaign of uh, Election Commission of India. That's an important news. That's an important brand and brand ambassador. Some random guy, some random actor, some random celebrity becomes the brand ambassador of XYZ Fairness Cream, right? That is none of our business, right? Yes, our business is related to the important brands which can be government initiatives like awareness के लिए अपन ने क्या किया अवेयरनेस के लिए अपन ने एक नया कैंपेन स्टार्ट किया सो वी डिसाइडेड टू हैव सोनू सूद और पंकज त्रिपाठी एज आवर एम्बेसडर वी डिसाइडेड टू like started a campaign for the sports awareness, so we took Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli as the brand ambassador. The government took it. So these are the brand and brand ambassador that you should learn. Okay. So logical reasoning problem कर रहा है, please take some classes on the portal please sir. See, I know this is very weird, but I'm not dealing with logical reasoning. Huh, I can actually ask my team to get certain revision session for you in the portal. Okay. कैसे याद करना है मिक्सअप हो रहा है पूजा बच्चे बड़ा सिंपल है दैट इज वेरी 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 सिंपल रिमेंबर व्हेन यू फर्स्ट वेंट टू स्कूल you like had your school prayer for the very first time, right? Like, did you like memorize it on the very first day? No, you did not get a homework कि कल prayer याद करके ही आना. You just keep on murmuring, keep on singing, and ultimately after 15-20 days you just remember all the memorize all the prayers, and you never see the that particular booklet which actually had a prayer, right? So once you start revising thing after making notes, right, this will be in your mind, and if you have revised one news and some facts for like 7-8 times, I'm pretty sure you are not going to forget it. Okay, now let's come to this particular point, that is economic news. Okay, uh, I'm pretty sure you guys have gone through some of the websites of current affairs and some of the news. Ever seen the news about MOUs? I went through some of the website of current affairs, and almost 30% of their current affairs content is related to MOUs. Right? It doesn't matter of economics, right? Defense MOUs, normal MOUs between state government and some organization, right? And other thing. right? MOUs are not at all important for our current affairs. MOUs are not legal agreement, not legal documentation. So no exam has ever asked a single question about MOUs. So you can just ignore the MOUs. Okay. Now economic news, you know, will actually include some of the very specific initiative. For example, RBI. If RBI is taking some initiative regarding monetary policy, regarding the different awareness campaign, or regarding the repo rate, or regarding the inflation, those are the news that you should go. Apart from this, if there is a very big acquisition or very big news in the economic world, for example, Twitter and Elon Musk, right? Then you should read about it. But the random small news of economics is not important. Apart from this, there are some reports which we will cover in this. Correct? There are some reports by supreme institutions like World Bank is there, IMF is there, World Economic Forum is there, UNDP is there when they are projecting the growth of some geopolitical region or any other thing. Those are the economic news that you should focus. Rest other you can directly ignore it. Now, nouns. Nouns include person, right, place, and things, right? Now, if there is a person who was in news, for example, some supreme artist, right, who died recently. This is a good question that this particular person has died. Which of the following field he belonged? Or they can directly ask that this particular field, major a celebrity died. In which of the following field he belonged, or who was this particular celebrity? Right? Places are those particular places which are in news. For example, Ukraine Russia war is going, so anybody can ask like what is the capital of Ukraine. If there is a kind of battle going around at some place, you can ask it. If there is a big thing that happened in any place, you can ask it. Apart from this, things, this is very important. Things include several different things. In things, I include first space things. Like if ISRO has conducted a new satellite flight in which they launched 104 satellite, that's the thing that you should remember. If defense, DRDO, right, actually tested the Agni Prime, that is the thing. If NASA has tested its DART mission, that is the thing. If we had a new robot which become the member of parliament of any state, or which had the citizenship of any particular person, citizenship of any particular country, those are the things which are in news. So nouns in news are very important because they will be direct questions, right? For example, they are not very important for CLAT, but other BBA or law interest test, you can see the questions from these particular topics. So that is the nouns. Now, international and national report and indices. You can find lots of different international reports. As I mentioned, that RBI publishes some report, Niti Aayog publishes some report, IMF publishes some report, World Bank is there, World Economic Forum is there, UNDP is there, lots of different organizations. Okay, so they published very important reports. So try to collect those reports in your particular notes. And the question that we are going to discuss, or the question that are going to come in this particular topic, is about organization, which organization publishes this report, and the finding. Right. Apart from this, they can also ask when was this report first published, or the concept was given by if any individual then. For example, Human Development Index was given by Professor Ahmad Sen and Dr. Mehboob Haq. So you can you can see directly these questions in your exams. Indices or indexes properly, if we'll call it, you have to write down the notes on the basis of which organization published this report or index, right? The finding, then in case of index you have to find out who ranked first, who ranked last, which country, right? What is the rank of India, and if India has improved by some place or India's ranking is decreased by some place, that is also a question that is directly asked in your CLAT exam. So from being my side, try to go through all these factual points so that you have proper data of those reports and indexes. right? So these are the important, so make sure the important institution, for example, we are calling it national institution, then Niti Aayog's report and indices is very important, RBI's indices is very important. When we are calling it international reports, you can directly find it because it's in news always. Last point is miscellaneous. Now, if I'll ask you when is World's AIDS Day celebrated, if I'll ask you World Hepatitis Day is celebrated, on which particular day Earth Day is celebrated, Earth R is celebrated on which day, or any other week which is this particular week is celebrated on which month or which particular date or something. Miscellaneous will include everything apart from that, right? Days, important week, important institution, any other thing, right? So these are the basic point on the basis of which you can find 90-95% of entire current affairs questions, current affairs in the exam. Why I'm not saying 100%, because that is a very bad thing, that whatever I said is in the exam. Every particular exam has one of the particular setup in which they are giving you some of the question which you will find that it's from mirror dimension. Yeah, every exam has some parallel universe, multiverse, right? So in your universe, you will find these kind of questions, these kind of notes which you should make, right? But the examiner will connect through Doctor Strange and it will travel to a different universe and he'll get those questions, objective points from there, and he will put it in your exam. So those are the questions which either you should ignore, or if you have read properly all the newses, you can try it, right? Okay, Yuvraj, like simclat के question leak कर दो. I like just if I'm ever having like anything ना, तो मैं ऐसे ऐसे गोल गोल करके ना तुमको यहाँ बुला के बताता कि simclat कैसे बनते हैं. So we do lots of research undoubtedly, and we discuss every simclat before it is printed or it is going to you. So we work hard just to make sure that you get the best thing. So this is the syllabus. I hope you understand the syllabus. I hope you understand the notes making of these kind of topic. Any doubts? Any doubts? You are welcome. Come on. पर जीके की दुनिया के कोई भी कोने की कर लो, आएगा हमेशा वही जो नहीं की. ना ना ना, that is something, Yuvraj, you are actually wrong here. uh, if you will see now from last 2-3 years question paper, whether it is CLAT, whether it is ALET or any other exam, the questions were quite simply predictable, correct? I have people who taught me how to teach, right? How to make notes, how to get through the paper, how to understand the exam, and they are very respectable, they are very knowledgeable, they are very experienced, right? So they actually present that those kind of, you can call it evidences that every paper, every exam is having certain pattern, and you can go through those pattern, the exam, previous year question, and you will understand that these are the pattern, these are the questions, these are the type of topic. So you can find those topic and you can work on that. That is why I'm saying that 90-95% questions will be covered in this particular syllabus. Rest, I told you, na, it's from the multiverse, right? The examiner will travel to some other universe, he'll get the question from there and put it in your exam. That I cannot help, right? But yeah, every paper is easy if you'll start focusing on that. Now, we had a target in our class that we discussed, right? I hope whatever we had in terms of current affairs fortnightly catch up, the topics that we covered, the question objective questions that we discussed, I hope you just find out all those points, right? And try to make notes so that we can have a proper revision in that. So Pooja is saying mm, now, Pooja, everything is important if you will start finding, if you will start bifurcating the news. Okay, now, If you'll put efforts in notes making and revision in your current affairs, right, you will definitely improve. Now, I cannot talk about other sections, but the general knowledge, general awareness section is all about two things: proper notes making and proper revision. Nobody's like born perfect, but I hope you understand this point: proper notes making, a proper revision. I have seen those people who make daily notes, revise it before sleeping, revise those 7 days note weekly, revise those particular notes monthly, right? And before mocks, they used to revise all those basic facts which they are covering from last 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, and they are improving. They are doing very good in the mocks. So GK is all about making good notes and revising it, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this session. Don't get stressed, Yuvraj. Just like make sure stay motivated, positive. Once you start taking interest, it's very simple, right? और अगर मेरे पास भी कोई इन्फिनिटी गॉन्टलेट होता तो मैं सबके साथ ऐसी चुटकी बजा के सबके दिमाग में सारा करंट अफेयर्स डाल देता, बट फॉर नाउ आई डोंट हैव इट. It's you who's going to work hard. It's you who's going to make good notes. It's you who's going to revise it well. It's you who's going to improve in current affairs. It's you who's going to improve in your mocks, and ultimately you will do best in your CLAT exam. Right? I hope this session was useful for you guys. I hope this session was fun for you guys. I hope your confidence is being increased. Right? I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you on the next midweek with proper last 15 days fortnightly current affairs. I just wanted to have this discussion because I had with team as well. So that is why I had this on Saturday. But we will have that fortnightly current affairs, the topics and questions and all other thing in the midweek. So we'll see. I'll see you soon. Till then, have a great day ahead. I wish you and all your loved one a good health, good mental health. जल्दी मिलते हैं. Sunday. See ya.